Hello, friends. How are you? What I was thinking, and I'd just like to share something with you, just for a minute or so. And this thought, I don't believe, as in fact, I'm pretty certain it's not an original thought, but maybe somebody needs to hear this. And it's a thought about encouragement versus, um, for want of a better word, criticism. And the reason I hesitated is because sometimes we don't recognize how what is criticism versus what is encouragement. And I'm not going to go into the distinction between the two. I just want to make a quick analogy here. Um, Ask yourself this question. Let's say you have two people. One is standing and the other is lying on the ground. And the one who's standing seems a little unstable, and the one who's lying on the ground seems hurt. Which is easier? First question: is it easier to support the one who is standing, in other words, to stabilize them, or is it easier to lift up the one who is falling down and is hurt? I think the answer to that is pretty clear. It's probably 5 times as hard to lift the person who's falling down than to support the person who's standing. Here's the other question: which is easier, to push over someone who's standing, and especially if they're a little unstable, or to lift up someone who has fallen down and to stabilize them standing? That question is even easier. It's easier to push someone over than to lift them up from the ground. And that's the difference in a sense. Well, that's the power of encouragement versus, again, for want of a better word, criticism. Sometimes we think we're helping people by um, telling them what's wrong or showing them their fault. And that's actually relatively easy to do, as easy as pushing a person over when they're unstable. But it's harder to help a person overcome the fault or through the fault, and even helping them over their weakness, because it's easier to recognize weakness than to help a person work through their weakness. That's why encouragement is so important and so difficult. It's 7 times as hard to encourage a person than it is to do something that will discourage them. Why? Because one word of criticism has more power to knock a person over than 7 or 10 words of encouragement. It's just a human nature. Does that mean we shouldn't criticize a person? Of course not. How would a person know they're in error unless someone points it out to them? But sometimes we have to think about the situation the person is in and ask ourselves, how can I strengthen this person? How can I help them to recognize their fault while helping them to work through it to strengthen the hand of the person? And it's something for us to think about. It's something I have to think about, um, and it's something I would encourage us all to just consider. It's just a short thought here. It's not original, as I say, but maybe someone may need to hear that today. Have a great day.